So the latest thing now, individuals are taking the dogs to the job, not necessarily because they want to be able to babysit the dog, but simply the dog has a purpose. The dog, is there. They talk to the dog and be able to relieve stress and be a pacifier and so forth. And this is so ridiculous. How come some young dog is so important? Well, it happens in childhood where they were kind of dominated by, these cartoons and these animals and so forth. And the dog was a more handy one that they could have. They wish they could have a dinosaur like, they want to take the door, snaffle off the bus, or some one of them Muppets, whatever. But the dog is the one they're taking because some way they say the dog is man's best friend. And every now and then you see an article in the papers where a dog has done yeoman's work and saved somebody and so forth. And they don't understand that it's not the dog but it's the dog. Now, a dog would be stranded out in some snowdrift and they can spend $100,000 to go and save that dog and so on. And I'm not sure if it's basically saying that folks are humane and so forth, because you see folks who take the gun and shoot up, a bunch of people with no problem. I'm sure James Holmes maybe had a dog. He treated the dog with such respect, and he's there for the dog and so on. Children growing up with dogs try to relate to the dog, try to understand the dog, join the dog society, so that they're more like operating as if they're dogs in essence. And they're shying away from relationships with other youth and other people. So now that they're best thankful. And even some people get to love the dog so much that you have sex with them. I think mostly girls do that, sex with the dog thing. I don't know how boys will do it with the dog anyway. But why can't people use the brain and in spite of how chaotic the system is, find a way to, escape or deal with it or whatever. We have the three principles. Change things you can, accept the things you can't change, and have the wisdom to know different. And wisdom comes from God, and He's the one that will tell you where to make the difference, because although the situation looks unchangeable, He will help you to get around it and change it. So He's the one that inspire me to say, well, quit on this one and just the world let this move on. Right? But I guess these folks when they were at school, they just wasted time. They weren't serious about studies. Because sometimes they will say like the person's an accountant. And they think, well, if it was accounting, I could be the boss. So when you come to the boss now, there are problems that aren't necessarily accounting. Here are people coming together. You're having psychological, sociological, anthropological, you're having those kinds of problems. And here's where the reluctance will come in. You will understand that if you have two people that be working on a project, generally some projects might like to have opposite people. The person that is quiet might be the one to really take the notes. The agitated and talkative one might be having so many ideas that you can be thinking and write the ideas and writing. And sometimes a project might require long hours, sitting behind the paper, getting done. You're not going to put an animated person there. You have to put a introverted person who, likes to be, could handle the solitude and the crowd and so forth. And if you could, sort of choreograph what these people might have a conflict, you put two animated people together, and one has to submit to the other one, you have a problem right there. They always have something. So put one who doesn't mind, submitting. Maybe a woman, maybe a younger person, maybe introverted same-sex person. These are things that, would make the office a lot more workable if people were educated in other areas than just their specialty. In fact, some don't know the specialty and they're just winging it and just playing games and have other people, like me for example, a lot of people want me to work for them because I would call them in Florida. I was being paid minimum wage. I went out to this project and very quickly I realized the guy can't count. He doesn't even know what to do and I'm doing it. So he's saying that, okay, you got your man out front, tell him, make sure he comes back tomorrow I'm not going to come back tomorrow. I'm not going to take my education, my graduate education to solve your problems working for a minimum wage. It's not slavery time that I have to come back here. So I will need a job back. I mean, like, I don't want that. I don't even want to work for him because, I prefer to work for myself personally. But when I'm working for him, I'm doing everything. I should own the business. I shouldn't be getting over $5. I should be paying me some good money. I should become like a shareholder in the company. And so, this animal thing, this dog thing, people are taking it to the next level. I mean, people are so concerned. Look, for example, during the winter up north, fox normally survive the winter. They have the hole, the hibernate, do what they need to do. But dogs are related to coyote and to fox, I think. And in the wild, these animals will take care of themselves. But we have to get on our winter coat. We have to put on a sweat and run. We have to make sure they're not outside and all that stuff. Maybe because they've lost their natural instinct and maybe they might be done to the extent where they're relying on dumb people to really take care of them. But in the wild, God takes care of them. You look at the butterflies. They always fly to the Mexico during the fall because the winter will kill them. Now people are saying, oh, the butterflies are so smart because they know what to thing, but I believe God gathers them together, corrals them, and then he creates a draft. They go up and then he makes the wind turn and drop them back down to Mexico. But we can't see that, and we can think in terms of, oh, the butterflies, they're so smart. We watch them carefully, and our baby and Slim start coming together, but they can't see the angels corralling them. You know how I understand that? Look, when Noah's going into the ark, animals that God did not want to go in the ark never got into the ark. Animals that he had not created, in other words, he took a fox and he mix it with a pig, for example. And they got this pig or whatever. That thing will make the ark because, God did not create it. So only animals that were able to go into the ark were the ones that he created. The dinosaur couldn't get in there because he had not created the dinosaur. And people are still baffled today, oh, there was some meteoric shower that killed the dinosaurs. No, they died in the flood. And they were on mountains because they were trying to go to higher ground. Okay? And furthermore, when the dive goes down, they float in the water. But as the water receded, the trees and the other twigs and broken this and that on the trees and snag them. And so you find a whole bunch of bodies up there. And furthermore, God, I understand, created a storm because it was so ugly. And took, broke off mountains and this and that and cover and have like a mass burial. Some people believe that is where the oil reserves come from because of these animals that and other things that and the humans are supposed to be king bodies. I don't know. But some people believe that. And so it's time that we start operating like grown-ups and like intelligent people. This is America. This is first world superpower. And we can't have these crutch of, oh, my little dog, my dog's not, I'm not happy, I'm not comfortable, I might shoot up this place and my dog's not able to calm me down. I mean, you're in a bad situation. I mean, if your dog is so important to you, so for you, man. So we need to start with our youths now. Ameliorate them from these damn stuff. But then again, they're at home, parents both working, probably this world is in some serious trouble. But it doesn't have to be your case. Okay, you could find a way to somehow, some way, work things to such an extent that things can be different for your kids. But this is a bad trend here where we rely on dog companionship and for love and for all this kind of stuff. We should, but I guess it's how to make these kids so useless that they'll kill you and take the money and smoke it up, sell out all this stuff and so forth. And that's why we can get along because of all kind of competition and rivalry, man, the world is in bad shape. But for me, I don't have to go there. I don't have to have no dog, there's no companion. I prefer people. See, people, whether it's handicapped or crazy or better than any dog out there. And people compare dog, this dog is smarter than my son, and got you in trouble.